Hello, everybody. We are here.
Yo, what's going on, Mike? I just had some
What's up?
weird technical difficulties here
All
for a
good.
second.
Everybody wants to see me when the show starts, anyways. It's what the fans demand, and it's
It's a good
me
thing you
with
were
this
on the
face.
screen, my friend. Mike was just running around doing things, and now he's here. So it's funny because we get on here like 40 minutes before the show and we shoot the shit with each other. And I had no fucking technical difficulties at all for 40 minutes straight. And then as soon as we go to start the show, that's when stuff starts to
Cheers to
happen.
that.
But you know what? Hey, cheers to that. I wanted to show you something, Mike. Look at this.
Crazy cat mom.
Yeah.
You're
It's
really
not even
falling
my
apart.
wife. It's not my wife's cat. It's mine.
Ugh,
She's
unbelievable.
probably watching right
I
now. It's my cat.
disapprove of the cat.
All right, man. We got a huge show tonight, everybody. Hope you're tuning in on this Thursday night to the Mike and Mish show. We got two guests coming up. We got Platinum Mike Perry and the BKFC flyweight champion for the women's division, Christine Misfit Faria, right after him. It's going to be a hell of a show. Right before we bring him on, we're just going to throw this shit up on the screen real quick. Our boys over at Guerrilla Warfare Apparel, they're helping us pay some bills. So get over to guerrillawarfareapparel.com. Use the promo code Mike and Mish and buy some of their cool gear. I know Christine Faria is one of their fighters. I'm wearing a shirt. I think Mike's wearing the same shirt. We didn't plan that. It's just
Ooh, that was
fucking ridiculous. Anyways, we are here with the man, Platinum Mike Perry, who is back from Russia, who is back from the UK, who is back from all over the freaking planet.
and world traveler.
World traveler. Let's see what this guy's up to. There he is. Platinum Mike Perry. What's happening, bud?
What's up, guys? I'm chilling here at home, spending time before I leave for I take off on a flight in the morning. We're doing some more traveling. You're talking about world traveler. Me and my girl, we're going out of town, so gonna have a good weekend.
Nice.
Dude, you're all over the globe these days, man. So where you don't have to say where you're going, but as a matter of fact, right before we went live, speaking of world traveling, Mike, you had a conversation with an interesting character over in Thailand, and he had a message for the one Mike Perry over there.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Fight Circus before?
No, I don't think so. Maybe videos on Instagram.
You gotta see this shit, Mike. Fight Circus is where they have like 3-on-1 fist fights. They have phone booth fights. They have tire fights. They
tie two people together and
the roofless car. You know, the roofless car and people fight in the car.
I don't know if they've done that there, but I have seen crazy shit like that. So basically, Fight Circus is just this, like, it's exactly what it's called. It's a circus of fights. It's just all these crazy things, and it takes place in Thailand, and it's run in part by a guy named John Nutt, and he is awesome. The guy is crazy. He hosts the show. He's unbelievable. He's supposed to come on. He's friends with Feldman and I don't know if you know Jason Chaffetz, if you ever met that guy, but they all work, and Nick Chapman out in Thailand. He was like, you got to tell Mike Perry that I want to have him commentate my show. And I was like, well, I will say that, but is it all expenses paid? And he was like, absolutely. So, it's not this weekend, but it's the next weekend. So if you were interested, after the show, we'll talk to you about it more. But he was serious. He's dead serious. He wants you to commentate a show.
Well, yeah, I got some. I am doing some things. I'm gonna go to Arizona tomorrow, and I'm gonna watch the Silva Paul fight with my sponsor, Market Cipher.
Nice.
And then I'll be going to see. I'm supposed to be going to Cali and seeing Brennan Schaub shortly after that.
Beauteous.
So
you can do some food truck diaries or whatever. I think it's that.
Yeah, right? I'm thinking so. I hope I didn't just burst a bubble, but you guys got the first drop on that, and I mean, I'm looking forward to everything that's coming, and I'm staying ready for fights and stuff. Today, I fought a karate combat guy a little bit. We were me and Robin Black and some of the other guys there working the camera, and I went and met Erickson Samuel, a karate combat dude. Man, that show's pretty cool too. But they all know where the real stuff is. And speaking of fighters knowing the real stuff. And I see that picture behind you, lions, not sheep there. That's Nate Diaz there. He knows what the real stuff is. And I'm thinking that maybe he has heard what has been sent around the world, what people want to see from him in a fight. And I think that's me and him. So I just wanted to jump right in there and start with the good stuff.
You know what? I'm glad I had this hanging there because that really struck up a conversation that we wanted to start anyway. So that's fantastic. Do you think that it's possible that Nate Diaz does dip his toe in the bare knuckle world? Do you think that you guys could coax him into this?
Well, to a real fighter, from a real fighter, you know, someone who stepped out of the eyes of the people who only watch UFC, and then there are many more fight fans in the world who see you know, much different types of fighting as real fighting, and you know, as real as it can get with bare knuckle you know, what is it, bare knuckle championships, BKF. What is the F for?
Fighting.
Yeah. I mean, fucking people up, man.
Shit, man. Well, yeah, it's bare knuckle fighting championships is as real as it gets. You know, we don't got to put no gloves on and just wrap the wrists and go out there in my nice outfits. I always get a fly fit from SMF. Shout out to them too. And Styles Make Fights. And speaking of Styles Make Fights, I mean, I'll be the flashiest one in the ring. Nate Diaz, I need a sparring partner, a dance partner over here. And there's nothing realer than a bare knuckle fight, especially against me. I mean, I've kind of come in and took this over by storm because people know that I'm a problem in bare knuckle boxing. I can fight anybody in the world with my bare hands.
You know, you might see Nate at the Jake Paul Anderson Silva fight this weekend. So, I mean, I don't know. You guys probably have a mutual amount of respect for each other. I don't know if you guys are friends at all, but maybe you need to Stockton slap him when you see him to get him. Yeah.
That's his thing. That's his thing. But I mean, a conversation would be great. Maybe even some business talk, or you know, I'm not gonna have a big gang with me. Maybe he will. Maybe they'll jump me and I can have some fun. You know,
Yeah.
I can have fun if you jump me. It's not a bad time for me. I'm okay with that. I met Nick Diaz in the street before, and much respect to him. And you know what the Diaz brothers have done in the sport of fighting. So you know, it's all business, but we get gritty in this business, and that's what it's about. So I'm open arms and welcome to any and all challengers who can make it worth my time. Who, you know, if for me to stop and start a fight with you or a altercation with you, you must be worth some of my time. Otherwise, I mean, I can win without even what is it? The art of war, Sun Tzu. He says, once you understand how to win, you won't even have to fight.
Or as Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos called it, Sun Tzu.
That's right.
You ever see that show? You ever watch The Sopranos?
I seen some of The Sopranos. Man, I was young when The Sopranos was a hit. Man, I was young. I was like,
did it come out in 97 maybe? I think it came out in 97. Like, it came out a long time ago.
Yeah, dude. I wasn't watching that until like late 2000s.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that I'm like 10 years older than most of the fighters that I talk to. But dude, you mentioned Jake Paul, right? He's fighting this weekend against Anderson Silva. After the MVP fight, which we're going to talk about in a minute, you said you wouldn't mind tussling with Jake Paul. So he's on your list. Nate Diaz on your list. If you want to go back and fight for the 175 title after Francisco Ricci and Dave Mundell do their thing, I'm sure you can get that shot. Mike Richmond is an interesting one if the Lorenzo Hunt doesn't show up. I think a Mike Richmond fight is fantastic. But there's a free agent out there on the market right now that just left one FC. And I know that he's dipping around to different organizations trying to see what's the best opportunity. What do you think about a Eddie Alvarez fight?
Hey, Eddie Alvarez was probably the first fighter I ever saw, and it was on Bodog back in the 90s. I was a little kid, and I remember seeing these dudes fighting. And Eddie Alvarez is known for being very durable. He gets knocked down, he gets back up. It's kind of his thing in a fight sometimes. And, I'm one to take a shot. So, I mean, all respect to someone who's done this for what he's been fighting for like 30 years. So, man, but I mean, if he wants to do it, if he's looking for an organization to go to, I'd be happy to welcome him to Bare Knuckle or anyone else who's really,
You can challenge him for the title of most violent fighter in the world. Didn't him and Gaethje fight for that? And he actually dispatched of Gaethje in like an all-out war. And I think it was like an elbow down that finished it. But he won the title of like most violent man in combat sports. So I think that you could throw your hat in the ring for that. I mean, we've all seen your fights, man.
Yeah, toss it in there, put my name in the ticket, roll the tumbleweed, because draw my name out that box, man. I'm ready to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. I mean, I stay prepared to where someone posted, I was talking to somebody and I found out that they don't speak as good of English as I thought they did. I was telling them, yeah, man, I'm trying to go, get myself into a fight this weekend. And they were like, they reposted me and they were like, oh, good luck to my friend fighting this weekend. I was like, maybe, you never know. But what I mean by trying to get myself into a fight is either talk my way into one or, I fought Julian Lane twice. And the first one, it wasn't much of a fight because we couldn't get to each other. But, I'm a pro fighter, man. I really love to fight. I love to be I try to be funny. I try to be factual. I try not to just pull up with nothing out of thin air and not just say, like, fuck you out of nowhere. But I try to create the altercation so we can have some fun with it.
I think you have a good name to be able to do that and help Bare Knuckle grow, because what happens is, like, when you first come to the sport, all the diehards are like, oh, Mike Perry's going to just come in here and fight for the title. You know how people get like that? They get all crazy. But you've come in and you've fought and you've proved yourself now. Not that you didn't before, but people have issues with people from the UFC coming to Bare Knuckle. I don't know why. Because I feel like it helps grow the company. And now you set yourself in a position to be able to call out people like Eddie Alvarez and Nate Diaz. And they're going to probably see it and they're going to listen. And then boom, we got these awesome fights like you had with Michael Venom Page.
Yeah, I mean, the Venom Page was a great opportunity to fight a titan in combat sports and be one myself. And, I'm on a great winning streak. And I think that comes with every day. Every day I try to set myself up to win. And no matter what I'm doing, you can win a conversation. You can win an interview or a podcast. You know what I mean? And it all setting up for the future. And, I'm constantly trying to say the right things. And in order to do that, you really have to not try. You got to just go with the flow. So I try to go with the flow, man. And I'm curious as to what the next big fight for me is, because it seems like there's always big hype around who I end up fighting. And, it's just better for me because we're not making millions that some boxers or fighters are making. And they make that fighting guys that comes out of nowhere. They're like, oh, this 34-0 guy that you've never heard of just coming out of, some other country. And you're like, well, where'd this guy come from? I never heard of this guy. So I like to fight people that got buzz, because I'm more than just the money. I'm trying to steal the buzz. I'm trying to boost myself up in the world. And as a fighter, sometimes guys think they want to shoot themselves up into stardom. And I thought that I was the kid that thought that so many years ago, but fighting has become this very long journey that I see much better now as I'm older and wiser, and have been through it, in and out of it, up and down it. I look at myself as a guy like Rampage Jackson, who went to Pride, and and then went back to the UFC, and then these guys fought all over the place and all over the world and blew themselves up to become household names. I want to be a household name, Platinum Mike Perry. Everyone should know who the fuck I am.
Do titles matter to you at this point? Like, do you want a world title, or would you take? You got the platinum title right there, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Now,
I'll fight Francesca. I'd like to beat his fucking ass. I can't lie. I'd like to fight him.
And there's a little heat behind that.
There's
too.
a heat. There's real life heat behind that one, right? Like everything else is.
Hey, it's always real life when you get in the ring with me. Period. You get in the ring with me, it's real life heat coming at your face. No matter who you are, and I don't care who you are either.
I love it, man. I love it. I mean, you went out to the UK and you proved that you are a worldwide star. Sensation against Michael Venom Page in a fucking 6-round war, which was crazy. And I wish they would do that more often. I
made for it though. I fought for that 6th round. I made that fight go to that 6th round. I called for it before the fight. I fought the way that, and MVP helped. He helped the situation. He stood on his feet and he got up and he tried to get me back, and he did a couple times, and then I got him back a couple times, and it was a good time, man. I just love the fight, and the process, the training process this time, getting back going again. It's been up and down, on and off. Seems like my rest is going to be a little longer than expected. So I'm just taking care of my body and going to be ready to jump into a camp. I know a camp is going to be, they're going to announce a fight with me. It's going to be at least 4 to 8 to even 12 weeks before I get in there and fight. So it's like, you can't just be beating on your body every single day of your life. You got to enjoy life. That's another thing you got to win at. Winning every day comes with knowing how to be a person, knowing how to be alive, and where the fun is going to be at. You got to go to the theme parks, got to take care of the family, got to go. Man, I got to go to church on some Sundays. I got to
do some confession.
Party. I got a bottle of Douce when I get off of this call, boy. I already took a couple shots. I'm in there.
Hey,
and they're like swimwear.
You're never really out of shape, though. It seems when we look at your Instagrams and whatnot, you seem like you stay in shape.
Do
you walk around? You don't walk around too heavy, right? It's not a really hard cut for you to be 175, correct?
I'm pretty. I put on some good weight, and I don't. It's not like I'm just constantly trying to eat. It's like, shoot, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll fast all day. Sometimes I'll go like 8 hours without eating. And then I'll eat one meal, and then maybe later at night I'll eat a meal too. I eat when I want to eat. Sometimes now I'm trying to, this is one of the things about, it's taking longer to have an idea of when I might be fighting. Because in camp, once you get on a regimen and you're on specific stuff, hopefully I'll be waking up hungry and be wanting to eat my breakfast and give me energy for the day and things like that. But I go off and on, and just what makes me feel comfortable. And man, the point of your question, I'm missing. What did you ask me? I'm sorry.
The walk around, like if they called you and said, "Hey, Mike, 4 weeks from now, we want you to fight whoever." 4 weeks.
Cut the weight.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 weeks to really, really get into shape. And then the weight would just come off. But right now I'm like 194.
194, a stout 194. You just came back from Russia. Your buddy Alex Nicholson was out there fighting. Talk a little bit about this trip to Russia and tell us what happened on stage where you almost ended up scrapping yourself.
Yeah. Man, that was rough. Going to Russia and, we tried to handle it. We tried to make the best out of it. We tried to make it this opportunity in life to succeed and to really grab hold and have fun and enjoy the moment. And when it came down to the moment, when it was over, I just felt, I had tweeted, I felt like I saw some things that maybe I didn't do as a coach that maybe would have made him be more ready. Like, I wish that I tried to hit him in the face with an overhand right really hard or something, and just so maybe he would have saw one coming better. But it's hard to watch that. And
was there a rule change at the end there? Like at the
Yes,
last second rule
yeah.
change, like that messed things up for you guys?
Yeah, Alex is an MMA fighter. He trained so much MMA, and when you do that, you're expecting grappling, you're expecting kicking. He is such a great kicker, such a dangerous kicker. I mean, he can jump like a basketball player, and he's 40 pounds, and he kicks like a mule. And then they took away the kicking, and like, when you got a Muay Thai fighter, he like works up here. When a boxer is throwing a jab at you, he moves his head way down here, and then he slips to the other side and comes back with the hook. I'm constantly working that as a boxer. And I always did before when I did MMA, but when it came to getting in the ring, I was always grappling and stuff and training. And then when I got in the ring, I just wanted to punch people. I just wanted to box. So coming out of MMA and focusing on what I truly do love to do, which is just fight people and punch people. That's all I want to do. It has made me better at MMA because I've always been a boxer doing MMA. And now I'm a boxer doing boxing. So when I get in there and I just want to punch people, I'm able to do that. And when I train with MMA guys and they try to take me down and they try to kick me, I'm boxing their socks off, and then I can grapple like a bear too. So I'd sprawl and brawl, and it's like I was made for this. I just need to work my boxing all the time. So, my friend, the day before the fight, and it's just me and him there, and then I become this promoter, manager, and all of this. I literally was writing the contract with pen and paper, like how the fight was, like saying, no, we're doing 4-ounce gloves, no shoes, no kicks, no elbows, no knees. But I'm asking Alex, and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, man, what do we do? Like, you didn't come here to not fight. We didn't come to Russia for you to not fight.
Right.
And I know he feels that way. He felt the same way. He was going to get that check. You know what I mean? So they set him up, and we asked for more money. We got some more money, and I mean, warming up in the back, man, he was vicious, ferocious, and I thought, yeah, you look good, man. And they had us in a really small room with a lot of other people coming in and out, working all the fighters. No excuses, but Alex, we couldn't get his legs moving the way I thought he was going to go out and just try to hit the guy hard. You know what I mean? And put his hands up if the guy tried to hit him back. But I'm constantly working those things as a boxer. I'm constantly throwing my punches from my closed guard with my hands up here. As an MMA fighter, he's like this, and he's thinking from a kicking range. And so they changed that shit. And we knew when we got out on stage for the face-offs, this guy, we knew they were going to try to fight us at those face-offs. But for Alex and his guy, they didn't really. And then this guy comes out and they try to make a show out of it. And I was like, you ain't getting no highlight out of me. I pushed him out of my face, and then I was ready to fight him. And then other people tried to jump in. Like, I'm too fast, man. I'm like, I was running around that stage like Floyd Mayweather out there.
Yeah, because he tried to throw. I mean, you guys were kind of fucking with each other, but when he went, it really hit your arm and made like it made a sound. He slapped you, and then I could tell like that kind of turned you on. You're like, all right, motherfucker, what are you gonna do? Yeah, and then everybody started running up. I
about caught him, man, because I threw a good little slap right down the center as he was southpaw, and I slapped him right in like I hit him with a
right underneath
Japanese strike right in his
the throat. Cobra strike.
And then he tried to fake a takedown. He almost got me. I was mad that I didn't just try to like throw an overhand right when he faked that takedown.
Damn, man, that's fucked up. I mean, to go out there preparing one way,
And we were
then
nervous as fuck. And then people start texting us like 2 days before the fight, like, oh my God, CNN News, Fox News, all Americans should leave Russia immediately.
Oh, yes, that's right. Because
We're
they
like,
could
I'm not
hold
fucking
you.
leaving.
They were saying because
Wow.
they could hold you there and actually use you for war. However, it didn't
Brittany
pertain
Griner.
to you guys because you guys aren't citizens. So
We're not government officials.
right, you're not citizens either. Like you're not like registered. I think it was like registered citizens
Right,
of
but
Russia.
I
Like if
mean,
you're in I forget what the exact.
idea was that Russia can do whatever the fuck they want.
They really
coulda
could.
came and got us if they wanted, but they didn't want us. We're not military men. We're just trained fighters.
Flash forward a week and you're like sitting on top of a fucking tank.
Yeah, let's throw some
What the fuck
entertainers
are we doing?
in the military.
Yeah, that shit is wild, dude. I'm telling you, you've been all over, like we said at the beginning of this thing. You've been all over the world. You're in the UK, you're in Russia, you're about to go to Arizona, you're going all over the place. I hope that they find a fight for you soon. I hope that it's one of these huge names, and I hope that you could be, like one of those ambassadors to the sport that, you already brought in Mike Perry. I mean, MVP. If they didn't have you, maybe they would have never had MVP. So now maybe the next step for Mike Perry is this guy right here, or Eddie Alvarez. That would be fantastic. And I can only imagine how much more the sport itself would grow. Because I think that no shot at MVP. MVP is a superstar himself, but like the Diaz brothers are on another fucking level, dude. You bring in a Diaz brother, then you bring it in Nick's showing up, Gilbert's showing up, the whole scrap pack showing up, and it becomes a whole ordeal. So
Yeah.
I really hope that.
I mean, that's one thing about this sport is, I mean, we didn't see that MVP fight coming.
No, that was a huge surprise.
So as much as we're trying to see that future and be like, oh, well, we didn't see the MVP fight coming, so what could possibly be the fight that they're gonna make? And then David Feldman's, he's a magician, man. He working big things, and he taught. He back up a big game. So, we got real momentum here, and I'm on top. I'm on top of that. And, thanks to the big kahuna, big boss man, David Feldman. So I'm on top of that because I'm fighting and I put it on my back. I put the United States there and I'm rocking with my family on my back.
You've done all the right things. And you know what? As soon as they announced that Eddie Alvarez was a free agent, I said to Mike, man, dude, Eddie's a Philly boy. Yep. Fucking BKFC's headquarters out of Philly. The Feldmans are Philly boys.
Oh shit.
Maybe we got a little city love connection there that he could coax him into a fight in his organization. He could be, another face for the organization out of the hometown of their headquarters. I don't know. I'm just thinking as a huge fan here, and I think it would be fantastic. You just talked about having your family on your back. It's Halloween, dude. What are you doing with your boy?
Well, when we come back from Russia, we're just gonna do some trick-or-treating, come back home, maybe pass out some candy. He should be tired.
What's he gonna be?
It won't take long. We took him last year. We were all devils. We were 3 little devils. And we went a little viral with our costumes. People was hating. People was trying to talk about me when I was dressed up, and I was like, the devil punishes bad people, right? Like, that's his job, right?
Yeah, so, man.
People try to get mad at the devil, but they should be mad at themselves.
Is your little boy gonna dress up this year, or are you gonna?
Yeah, man, we have plans to do. I'm excited about our costume.
They're gonna be surprised. Is it gonna be a surprise? Is that why you can't say it right now?
I mean,
don't ruin the surprise.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. Don't do it.
We're gonna release it on Halloween.
The cat mom says keep the secret.
We'll be watching out for
I just got a cat, bro.
Did you? Yeah, one of those big ass cats like John Jones has, or like a little house cat like I got?
John has big ass cats. I gotta look this
John
up.
Jones got one of them serval cats that looks like a leopard, they get to like 65 pounds, and they get to like
wow.
they get to like 3 feet tall, and they're like this fucking long.
Wow.
He
Well, I
carries
have
it.
a German Shepherd, so I can't do
Yeah.
another big animal.
Yeah, your German Shepherd and this cat would end up fighting each other. I think. I think it's a wild animal that they made into a house cat. So
Yeah.
My cat and my dog kind of just be cuddling. John's got them Belgian Malinois that he trains so strictly. I mean, he's on another level of like intense, just
Pet
like
love.
having control of everything around him. So
Yeah.
I just
man.
let my family do whatever they want as long as they kind of leave me alone a little bit. And then if they're in trouble, I'll help them. But like I'd be like, just keep me out of it.
Yeah. All right, man. So, hey, we're going to let you go in a second here, but we got to ask you a couple Halloween questions before we do. Speed round, Halloween style. Number one question from Mike Perry. If you were a ghost, where are you going to haunt?
Your mom's house.
There it is. My mom's already seeing enough ghosts these days, dude. Number two.
What's the most bestest Halloween costume
Most
you've
best.
ever worn?
What's the most best
What's the
Halloween
most
costume?
bestest Halloween costume you've ever worn?
Well, last year it was the devil, and I had my little devil queen and my little devil baby. He was so cute as a little devil. And this year it's gonna be Dragon Ball Z. So
it's gonna be more betterer.
it's gonna be more betterer.
Nice.
That's right. Number three. If you could play a villain in a horror movie franchise, which one would you want to play?
We just watched the new Halloween movie the other day. I swear it's my mom that's in that movie. You look at my mom and you look at the lady that's in that movie. And so we were all watching it together. My son too, he was watching it. He jumped a couple times, but he didn't freak out. He loved it, man. He loved that movie. So
Jason Bourne. I mean, Mike Myers. Mike Myers.
yeah,
right?
I would be Jason. Mike Myers.
Myers.
Yeah, it's not Jason. It's Mike Myers.
All right. Number four.
Have you ever turned away a trick-or-treater at your door for any reason?
Oh, man. I don't think I've been home for the trick-or-treaters, man.
See? And you won't be this year either because you're going to be out.
Yeah, I'll be back, though. I'm going to give them – in my neighborhood, this is my new neighborhood, though. So here, my family stuff is all really coming together now, so I'll be giving out candy to some of the kiddos.
Nice.
I turned away a couple kids 2 years ago. My wife thought we were going to get our house egged because a couple teenage kids showed up at the front door. I opened the door. They're like 16 fucking years old. And two of them's got costumes on. And the third one, no, I'm shit on. He's got like a fucking Jason mask on the top of his head, not even over his face. And I go, what are you supposed to be? He's like, I'm Jason. I was like, you get nothing. And I gave candy to the other two. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So he left and he was like, what are you, crazy? They're going to egg our house. I was like, no, they're not going to fucking egg our house. Hopefully not. I got a ring camera anyway. But anyways, and the last question for you, could you live in a house that you knew was the scene of a gruesome murder?
That's a good question. Because I've definitely lived in some haunted houses. And I'll be trying to do spiritual stuff to try to like connect with the ghosts. And,
you bring the shaman in?
Yeah, I definitely got some ghost stories. I lived in a house where a couple of people died growing up in Flint. And I remember getting slapped by my great grandma Claire Bell, who had passed away. I remember when I was a kid, I met this woman she was in a hospital bed in her living room, and she was bedridden for years and just, used a bedpan. She had people take care of her. I remember being a kid, like not wanting to kiss her goodbye. And I remember getting slapped by her after she had passed away. I was waking up from a nap and I thought somebody slapped me and ran away. And I asked my stepmom, and I remember vividly that when I saw her face and I had a red mark on my face like someone had slapped me.
What the
100%.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you were going to, but I wasn't sure. You got slapped.
I got more shit like that. I'm like a medium, bro. I'm in tune with the demons and the ghouls and the goblins. I'm in tune with them, bro. And the angels.
Oh man. You are definitely a character, and you definitely could do a 2-hour podcast any day of the week for sure. I want you to go ahead and deliver one last message to whoever it is you want to fight. Look right into the camera, say, "Come on out, motherfucker. Let's do this." Here's your time.
Man, I'm the fucking fight. I don't care who you are, where you are, what you're doing. I'm the fight. That we got the money on the table for you. If you want to challenge yourself in a real fist fight, Platinum Mike Perry is the number one man on the planet to do it with. So, if you really believe in yourself and you got something to prove, I prove it to myself every day, and I'll prove it again when I get in the ring again, no matter who it is, no matter if it's Eddie Alvarez, Nathan Diaz, Jake Paul, Anderson Silva, John Jones, Tyson Fury, Usyk, whoever, Canelo, any fighter. Shit, I want to fight with the Charlo brothers. I was trying to train with them or go spar with them, or we could fight. Just let's go right to the money and we'll fight. Let's see what happens.
There it is. Platinum Mike Perry. Thank you very much for coming on tonight. Mike, you got anything else for Platinum?
Nah, thank you so much.
Shout
Always
out
enjoy
to the
talking to
Marines
you.
and the Air Force and the Army and the veterans and the
Students.
people who protect the families, man, for police and so.
We appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much for coming on, and we'll catch up with you down the road.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Bye.
There he is, Mike Perry in the house, Platinum One himself. Our second guest has been waiting patiently. We got a picture. We're gonna throw this picture up real quick because these two, where is it? Right here. Boom. These two did some training together. We just got done talking to Platinum, and we're gonna talk to the other half of this photo right here. The reigning defending champion, the best in the game at 125 and probably a 135 and probably 115 if she wanted to go down there. She is 6-1 with a strap on her shoulder. Christine Misfit Faria. What's happening?
What up?
What's going on?
How are you? Chilling. Sorry guys, I'm in the car. My house has really bad reception right now, and I'm headed over to the UFCPI to go hang out with some people there. There's a fight in town this weekend, so
nice.
Sorry about that.
You're gonna go hang out, or you're gonna do some training?
I think they're cutting weight, but yeah, I'm gonna go down there. I mean, I'll train with them. I trained today, but I'll train again.
Yeah, well, last time we talked to you was after your Albuquerque fight with Taylor Starling. We had a little fight companion going on. You popped in. You said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
It was your birthday.
Yeah, it was your birthday.
It was your birthday. It was your birthday, and you had yourself a night. Talk a little bit about that night. What'd you do on your birthday?
Oh, so my girl, she planned a whole thing for me, and then ended up getting to kick it with Mayweather that night. So I mean, that was like the highlight of my whole world. I mean, so that was great to be able to hang out with him, and him give me props for being the bare knuckle world champion. That was like, I studied this guy for so long. It was like, I don't get starstruck and all that, and I don't care. But when I met him, I was just like, what do I say to this guy? I mean,
yeah. What did
what
you
do
say?
I say to you? All I said, I looked, I was like, I study you all the time. He's like, I've been doing this 30 years or so, 28 years. And I was just like,
yeah, that is.
So yeah,
That's like that's a Mount Rushmore athlete. Like, honest to God, that is like, the boxing Mount Rushmore. He's very well one of those four faces that are going to be on that mountain, and that's a real milestone moment especially for a fighter.
Yeah, dude, that was amazing. My girl pulls off some crazy things.
How the hell did she pull? I don't know. I don't even.
I don't know how she pulled that off. Like, I don't ask her half the things she does. It's crazy.
Speaking of her, Jules, right? Look in the background here, and I was gonna blow it up, but I didn't get to it. Her in the mirror there, she's going, yes.
Yeah, she's doing. She's doing. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
she's like, I did it.
Yeah, we were in Mayweather strip club, the girls collection that night too.
Yeah.
So it was pretty
Well
fun. It was
taken
fun.
care of, I'm sure.
Even
My
better
sister,
place to meet him. Jeez. That's
you know,
fucking
my
awesome.
sister's watching the show right now, and she says you should have told him to come on the Mike and Mish show.
That was exactly
Next
what should
time
have
we
been
hang
taught.
out, I'll let him know.
Yeah. I'm sure that was really going through her mind on her birthday at the
Yeah.
strip club for sure.
Right.
Yeah. So Christine, man, you're back online, and you got some people chirping. You want to fight? Like, what's going on with you?
Yeah.
Can the BKFC find you a fight? Is there someone that you want to fight? What's up with the competition right now?
Yeah, right now. So my team's working, on some fights right now. We heard little Beck Kangaroo, uh, Rawlings. I'm gonna try and be cool here.
You don't have to.
Running her mouth, and she wants to fight. So I mean, she went the distance with Britt this time. The first fight I ever asked David for was Beck Rawlings. That's why I came over here. I was just like, oh, Beck from UFC. I want to punch her in the face. You know what I'm saying? And then for through about 2 years, she ran from me and ducked me and wouldn't fight me. And then, well, it's going on 4 years now, although she disappeared for a little while. Now she's saying that I'm not scared of you and all this, whatever. Okay, yeah, that's okay. I think styles make fights, and I think she's a tough little crazy girl, and I think me and her going round for round would be very entertaining. And she's gonna stay out there. She's gonna go out on her sword. So I really want to go toe to toe with her and see what's up with that. I mean, I don't know who else they have coming up for me, but I'm ready to go. Obviously, we know my last fight didn't last that long, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. But I know Beck has a boxing fight I've seen.
Yeah.
And I may have a boxing fight too. But the second BKFC comes first to me. I'm a bare knuckle fighter. I'm the world champion. I'm the best to ever do it. The best to ever do it. The best that will ever set foot in there. And so if that comes up with a fight, then I'm going to go in there. I'm going to solidify another win and another knockout, because each fight from here on out, I'm not going to decision. I'm never going to leave my fate to the judges.
Now, with you being in the position that you are, and the talent pool is not the deepest. Like there's some girls out there that are available, and in the past you have told us a few times, like, that fight doesn't make sense to me. And when we talked to you a while, like 2 years, I don't know, it fucking seems like forever, but before you ended up fighting Britain again, you were saying that the Britain fight doesn't make any sense to me. Now that you're in the position that you are the queen, you got the belt. There's not a lot of girls with a lot of fights on their records. So if the BKFC was to call you up and offer you a 1-0 fighter, would you just take it just to stay active and just to collect the check and see what can happen? Like if they called you with Rachel Ostovich, who's only 1-0 in BKFC, would you fight her? Martina Kroll's 1-0. If they offered you her,
I'm looking for like bigger name fights, to put myself out there, because obviously, like, the risk to reward to fight me. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get my ass whooped by Christine Faria, and what's the risk to reward here? So if I can grow myself, do all this, and get bigger names, like all these other fighters, they're getting bigger names to fight, to grow themselves, to grow their brand, to grow, their following, then it's going to make more sense for someone else to be like, okay, I'll take that fight. That's why.
So,
okay, Beck wants to come at me. Let's do it. I'm going after her for her following, not anything else.
That's what I was just going to say. So that for that criteria right there alone, Beck would fit the criteria, and
she's tough. And she's tough. So,
and they could sell that fight. Like Mike and I were talking about how, like, we were talking about all the people out there that will be like, how are they going to give Beck Rollins a fight against the champ coming off a loss? There's a lot of things that you could say to sell that fight. Like, it did go to a decision. It was a very tough fight. It was
and Britain didn't fight. Britain did
I was
fight.
gonna
She
say,
ran.
it was a fight. It was a calculated fight that didn't have a whole ton of action in it.
Right.
She's a former champion. She's a big name. I think they could
Right.
definitely put that on a card and sell it. That could be a
Yeah.
knuckle. If she has a boxing match, just a December 3rd,
Yeah.
a February
Yeah.
Knucklemania
I
fight.
think that would be amazing. I think that would be amazing for Knucklemania. I think that that would be a great draw. Me and Beck, and just the way me and her are gonna go at each other, the whole camp is gonna be insane. And she has a mouth on her, and she ain't scared to use it. I have a mouth on me. I'm not scared to use it. So I think it'd be a great buildup, and it's all real. The buildup is the buildup, but whenever I'm building up with a fighter, it's not fake. These people are
Right.
like, oh, this is fake. No, I am very serious about my career. I'm very serious about the fight. After, do I squash it? Yeah, I don't have a problem. Unless you're the ratchet and I don't like her. But you know what I mean? So that I squash it. This is a sport. We move on. We feed our families. We go home safe. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, I think the buildup would be great because I can already see
Yeah.
it between you two going back and forth. I was reading it all today, going through all the comments and everything, and they like to use the "see you next Tuesday" word freely, and it's great.
Yeah.
I love it so much because it's like part of vocabulary.
But I guess,
It's almost like the UK
and you know what I gotta tell her? I am what I eat. You know what I mean? So she's not offending me. You know what I mean? Not offending me whatsoever.
I do love it though. I do love that the people from the UK and Australia and stuff, they use it like here in America. It's like, oh, you said what? But they're just like whatever. It's like calling someone an idiot.
Yeah, she's talking shit to me, and it's hilarious. I just laugh. I'm just like she's saying it with such hate, and I'm just like laughing at her. I think it's funny.
Nah, that's that fight. That fight sells for sure. That's
absolutely.
How
many people are in my inbox? How many people are
man.
in my inbox? How many people want to see this fight? Everybody wants to see this fight. Everybody wants to see this fight. I'm the best in the world. I am number one. She's coming from UFC. She's coming from Bellator, the other best promotions in the world for combat sports, and she's in BKFC. She's a former champion. I mean, come on now.
Man. And she wants to scrap. She wants
to fight. Oh yeah.
She does.
Oh yeah. But you know what? She has no head movement. She's a mummy. She has she's like I mean it's it's an easy payday for me. But you know what I'm saying?
Now the only other fight that I see people asking for, and maybe they can bring her back to the BKFC now that she just came off a loss in Invicta, is Helen.
Congratulations by that. Congratulations on your loss, sweetheart.
All right. Well,
yeah, Helen, she can work, but that one, I haven't addressed that, and I haven't let anybody else bring that up. Is because, when I wanted to go for my rematch, she vacated the title over money or something. So you want to come up off my hard work and how I've been helping build BKFC and bare knuckle, and you want to take off and just go off into other promotions and not put in work and go through the trenches and help a company build itself. You're gonna have to work yourself up to me. You don't deserve me yet. And that's going to be an easy fight as it is when she gets back in there with me. And I'm definitely not the same fighter. Just like Beck said, oh, you exposed your holes. Helen Peralta exposed your holes. Okay, that was 4 years ago.
That is an interesting thing to say to a female.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think there was some funny comments underneath.
You've exposed your holes, Misfit.
Yes. I mean, the cat, never mind. I mean, she's exposing enough holes herself, but that's neither here nor there. So the thing is Helen Peralta wants back in. Let's bow at my feet. I am royalty, and you can go ask Feldman, and you can apologize to the company and apologize to me for being a punk ass, chump ass. You ain't you a paper champ. Period.
Well, I'm glad that you just mentioned that when you wanted to get the rematch that she left for money, because through the grapevine.
4 or 5 weeks before, and that's who they replaced Kaylee Cutler with. And you know what? I was in the hospital with double pneumonia 5 weeks out. You know what I mean? And I had a back, my back got messed up because I was training outside in 110 degrees. I was sparring for this fight because it was COVID, and no gyms were open. So it's like, you just set us back many years, and you're gonna have to earn that back. And I believe the top feels like that too. So
Yeah, I heard through the grapevine. I'm not going to say any names, but I did hear that she might be still doing kind of the same thing, where she's and might be asking for too much money. Like she's saying she wants to come back and fight you, but she's kind of pricing herself out, I guess.
yeah, she better price herself out because she already knows what's gonna happen. The thing is that you're pricing yourself out again. You're talking. You want the clout off my name. You want all that, but you're losing fights. You're taking these fights, trying to doing what you do. And then I'm over here working hard, helping a sport from the ground up. That you just got. She doesn't have the heart. She doesn't have the mental strength to beat me or to even go through a full camp with me. I could price myself out too. I take. I don't take what I'm just given. I know that things need to be worked for, and we have to have the numbers. I mean, she don't got the numbers to be asking for however much money. You have to be smart about it. It has to make sense to the company. It has to make sense. You have to be generating money. You're just not
Right.
There's like Mike Perry. That guy generates people. That's why he's getting paid what he's getting paid. These guys are getting paid what they're getting paid because they generate people. They generate money. You know what I mean? And you can't hate on us. I don't hate on Paige Van Zandt. I don't hate on. They have the numbers, and I'm trying to. That's why I want to fight with these big names and these people that have that. Let's fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm here working. I'm not just trying to get a free ride. Let's work.
We're hearing that they're going to be having a huge tryout coming up soon. I don't think they've announced it yet, but like it might be out in your neck of the woods. Let's just say that.
Yeah? I mean,
right now,
I don't know.
Say they have a good crop of females out there, and say just like Chris Camozzi and Brandon Gertz and those guys showed up to the tryouts in BKFC Denver. Say like someone like a Jessica I or somebody like that shows up over there.
She can get the work too. Get the work too.
Would you fight her like in her debut, BKFC
Absolutely.
debut?
I'll smoke her. I'll smoke anybody from the UFC. Oh, they ain't got them hands like I got. There's no. They didn't got the grit. They ain't got nothing I got. Anybody from the UFC, I'll smoke them.
See,
love to hear
anywhere.
it.
The Strega 666 says lure Cyborg in, but Chris Cyborg walks around like 170 fucking pounds and cuts to 145. I don't know if you would want to fight Chris Cyborg ever, but it just seems to be like she's
when
massive.
When I was a young little buck, I was like, I could beat Cyborg, but there is a size difference. I mean, I wanna be champ. I want to hit the 135 too. Division or 130, 135, whatever they make. And I will go, I mean, Ernesto Hoost. Have you guys seen the Ernesto Hoost versus, you know who I'm talking about?
I do know who you're talking about. Yep.
Anyway, so, I mean, he fought a giant. He didn't win, but he fought him. And that, I'm crazy enough to do something like that. Will my management team let me do that? Well, I don't know, but I mean, it's
Bob Sapp. Is that what you're talking about?
Bob Sapp versus Ernesto Hoost. I mean, that's it. If nobody has seen that, go check that out. It was pretty crazy.
Bob Sapp's like 6'5", 400 pounds too.
Yeah, Ernesto Hoost was at like 170.
Yeah,
or light heavy or something.
I'll look it up.
Mike's gonna look it up.
So I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Hey, let's go back like 10 minutes ago. You said you might have a boxing fight coming up.
Yeah.
What's that about? Are you allowed to talk about this?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm waiting on opponents. It's always hard to find me opponents. So that's what I'm waiting on right now.
And that would be your pro boxing debut.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
That's interesting. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the girl we just talked about, one of the GOATs, Chris Cyborg, just had her boxing debut recently.
Oh,
so,
what did she? She won, obviously, right?
She's won or no. She's a gangster for sure. Mike Kanowski says Serrano versus Misfit, but I'm saying
yes, that's what okay. This is what I want. Anyway, I'm not gonna say too many things, but I do want Amanda Serrano. I admire her. I love her style, and she's very tough. and would love to see her in bare knuckle, and me go to boxing, and we both do
I just wonder
go
if
to each other's world.
I wonder if this point in her life she would want to take the gloves off because she's ultra successful with the gloves on. So
I think
what
she's
is
a
she like?
fighter, and
What is she?
she's a real
33 and
fighter.
3 or something?
No, she's like 49 or 48 and 1
Oh,
or
is she
something like
that
that.
many? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, she has way better record than that. But she I think she's a fighter. And I think she likes to challenge herself. She's in MMA. She's done jiu-jitsu. She's done and boxing. She likes to dominate things, and she's very, very focused athlete. She doesn't even have a cell phone. So I mean, she's on a whole different mental level and physical level, I think, than a lot of the females. And I really would love that fight. I think she would
That's
take
the
it.
dream.
And yeah, that's the huge fight that I would love, actually, to be honest with you.
The bucket lister, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
I
bucket
mean,
list fight, right?
it's like shooting for the stars, you know.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, having you and Platinum on the same episode here, we got two of the biggest stars in bare knuckle right now. One of the fastest growing sport in the world right now. I can't wait to see what happens coming up. Did you enjoy the Denver fights? Did you watch the Denver scrap and your girl Crystal Pittman go in there and get in a bloody war with Courtney?
Yeah, no. I always love watching Crystal put her heart out there. You know what I mean? She never gives up. She always pushes forward, and she almost pulled it off in the last round.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it was a great card. The cards are always super exciting, and just to see the bare knuckle fighters go out there, put it all out there. I just love watching all of them.
You know how crazy Albuquerque was. Like Denver was. It was insane. When we went to Albuquerque, I was like, wow, this crowd is fantastic.
Yeah, I love them.
So loud. The whole
love them.
town was like a fight town. Everybody knew about fights. They knew about the BKFC. They couldn't wait to get there. They had lines. You saw the lines there before it even opened. And in Denver, completely sold out. They were from the fucking front row all the way top, standing on their feet, screaming. I can't believe it, because when we really started going to the events was Knucklemania 1.
Okay.
And, the crowd was a little loud, but it was still like a little COVID time, and it wasn't the biggest arena and everything.
Yeah.
Then Albuquerque, then Denver. Man, that place was just insane. Like, as soon as that Vandermeer kid knocked that other dude out with that loud-ass punch.
Check us out. Knucklemania 1.
Yep, there we are.
Look at that. A couple of young kids, just a few youngsters out there, just a couple years back. Yeah, look at that. Seems like a very long time ago.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
But the sport's grown so much since that night, and it wasn't even too long ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost 2 years. And that's what I'm saying, like with the Beck Rollins thing that we're talking about. And I don't know if you know this, but we're gonna have Beck on next Wednesday. So we'll talk to her about all of this. Mm-hmm. So Knucklemania 3 might be the time frame that makes sense for this. I don't know if you want to wait around till February to fight. You don't seem like the type of person that wants to wait to February, but that might make sense for you as far as, the name and the money and all that shit.
Right.
We might be talking about a Knucklemania 3 type fight for you and Beck, depending on how her boxing match in December goes,
She better win, dude. This is the only time I'm going for Beck Rawlings. Actually, I wanted her to no. Actually, yeah. This is the only time I'm going for Beck Rawlings.
Right, that makes sense though, right? Like,
yeah.
The time frame kind of lines up. Like, she comes out of there, relatively unscathed. She could easily turn around and fight you 2 months later.
Yeah.
In February. I wonder where the location for Knucklemania 3 is. We've heard a few rumblings. We automatically thought Florida, but we've heard a few things, and we're not going to get ourselves in trouble. But
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. I just don't know. I wonder when they're going to announce
Smart.
That would be awesome. Man, I think we basically talked about it all.
Yeah.
It's Halloween coming up.
Yes.
What do you do for Halloween? Are you a Halloween person? You go to a Halloween party? You go to Floyd
Girl
Mayweather's
collection.
girl collection and hit up
Yeah.
No. I go watch naked women dance. No, just kidding.
Naked women dressed as nurses,
yeah, nurses
Right,
and
Nurses.
vampires. And
I have a black eye, nurse.
teachers.
no plans.
I don't.
Are you back out
I
in Vegas? Are you back
yeah, I'm
living
in
in
Vegas.
Vegas? You're back
Yeah, I
in
live in
Vegas.
Vegas.
I would
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
Halloween is that a big thing
It's
out there?
pumping out. Oh yeah. I mean, it's everything's a party out here. So, um, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm just working a lot right now, training a lot, focused on this boxing fight. Hopefully that it comes through.
Your girl Jules is in the comments. She goes, I dress up as Misfit, scariest costume ever. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hold up. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing yet. I have no clue, to be honest, guys. I don't
All
know.
right, well, let's roll right into this. We have a few questions for you. Halloween speed round with Misfit. First question, here we go. If you were going to go to a Halloween party dressed as a BKFC fighter, not yourself, who are you going to go as and describe your costume?
Hold on. Okay. Talk. Are you there, guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Sorry, my headphones came off.
Okay, you're going to a party. You got to
Right,
dress as a BKFC fighter, not you. Who you going as and describe the costume?
Crystal Pittman.
Oh.
And
What's
I'm
it
gonna
gonna
be
look
dressed in her little sexy little dress or something.
Okay. Look at this without even knowing it.
Jules says Crystal. Wow, she knows you.
She knows.
Damn,
See,
that's
know me.
that is funny, man.
Yep.
That is funny. Number 2.
Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween or Christmas movie?
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
fucking-
Neither did we. We were hoping you did.
This
Yeah,
is Halloween. This is Halloween, but he's dressed as Santa Claus, right? It takes place.
Well, they
it
kidnap
takes
him, don't
place.
they?
Yeah, it takes place
yeah. I don't
during
even
Christmas in Halloween Town.
Can't it be both?
It's fucking. Can it be?
Yeah, it's both. It's both.
It's
There
that
They
it
hit
good.
both markets.
Smartest guys ever. Number
Right.
3. What is the wildest? I know that you've seen some crazy shit. What is the wildest Halloween costume that you've ever seen in person?
Bro, I really wish I got out more. Like I don't I am like the most probably yeah. I'm not as entertaining as the last guy that was on Mike Perry. Sorry guys. I don't
Oh, all right. I could tell you one.
I don't know. The wildest I honestly I don't know, bro.
I just figured being out in Vegas, you probably saw some shit. Mike, should I tell them about the one? So I was at a party and I saw a guy dressed as a penis and nuts, right?
Yeah.
And his head was sticking out like the top of it, and he had like a little squeeze bottle thing, and when he squeezed it inside, it shot milk out the top of his head.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Nice.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it
Very
was
thoughtful.
one of the most clever costumes ever, I would say.
Yeah.
It probably stunk the next day though. All that milk all over it, getting nasty overnight.
There's milk everywhere, just
Ugh.
dry and stinky. Oh man! All right, number 4.
What's your number one go-to Halloween candy, and which Halloween candy goes straight into the trash?
Serious. My go-to. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. My go-to is. Guys, don't you know? Like I don't eat candy. I'm like the most boring person ever.
Okay, we'll let Jules answer these.
Jules
questions
is answering, but don't. You put it up. I didn't want you to put
Oh
it up.
yeah. That Twizzlers. Yeah, you're right. And see,
Twizzlers.
she knows me better than I know myself.
It's because it's a no fat in that, right? No fat in
Yeah,
Twizzlers.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You know, when my son Nolan asked me last week, he said, "Daddy, what's red and bad for your teeth?" I said Twizzlers. He said a brick.
Oh,
Got
good
him.
one.
Yeah, he got me good with that one. I was like, I don't know.
That was a good one.
All right, and the last question for you, Misfit. If you had to live the rest of your life as a horror movie villain, who are you gonna be? Real thinkers here.
Seriously,
check this out. Check
I
this
hate
out.
scary movies. Crazy Cat Mom.
Yeah, that's me. Crazy Cat Mom.
There's this one movie. I don't know, bro. Let's see. Can my girl text me and tell me what I should say? No, I'm just kidding.
Just say Freddy Krueger and haunt people's
Freddy
dreams.
Krueger.
There you go.
Like I'm in all my opponent's dreams and they're scared of me.
There it is. The Freddy Krueger of bare knuckle fighting. The GOAT, Christine Faria. Misfit, if you want to deliver one last message to anybody out there that wants to come and step in the ring with you and challenge you for your belt, deliver the message to them, and we will make sure that they hear it.
Check this out. Everybody in the game, in my weight class, call me out. Let's fight. You want to be the best in the world. You want to test yourself. Stop being scary. Get out there, put it on the line, test yourself. You never know. You might catch me. You might catch me. So come on. I'm the best in the world. Prove yourself. Let's get this work.
There it is.
When you said you might catch me, I feel like that was very insincere.
I don't know what I have to. Maybe I have to be like a little bitch or something, and just like that's how I'm gonna get my next fight. I don't know.
There it is, man. Christine, Misfit Faria, thank you for coming on as always. Great talking with you, and we'll see you down the road. Mike, you got anything else for her?
Nope. We'll see you later.
All right,
Have
guys.
a good time over at the Magnum PI.
UFC PI. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
See you later.
Later.
Bye. The Magnum PI.
Yeah, Magnum PI.
Two awesome guests tonight, dude.
Yeah.
Platinum Perry, Misfit Faria, two great characters, two great fighters. Misfit wants Beck. I think a couple other fighters, if they can't make the Beck one happen, the only other ones is the ones that I mentioned. Maybe Rachel, maybe Martina Kroll, maybe Helen Peralta if they can pull her back in. But the one that they could put on a billboard and sell is Beck Rollins Rodriguez versus Christine Misfit Faria. Rowdy versus Misfit would be the one. Mike Perry versus any name he said. Nate Diaz. Look at that guy. Look at that platinum red-haired Perry right there.
That's right.
Where was that? Where do we see him?
That was in Tampa.
Tampa. Ran into the platinum one himself in Tampa, Florida. He's a pretty cool dude. I would imagine awesome. Like having a few cocktails with him would be quite the evening. Oh
yeah. Yeah, that would be that's what we're working towards, all right?
Yeah, that was what we were working towards. Unfortunately, that evening we were busy. Working. We were very busy working, running around, interviewing fighters and stuff. So it was impossible to get a cocktail with the guy. But Nate Diaz, Eddie Alvarez, Francesco Ricci, fucking Dave Mundell. There's a lot of options for that guy. And he is the guy that can bring bigger names into the sport, I think. Yeah. They got themselves their guy there.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Everybody knows him. TMZ will pick it up. Non-sports outlets will pick that shit up.
Oh, yeah.
And keep your eye out for this weekend because Jake Paul is fighting Anderson Silva. And I feel like
I'm very interested in seeing how this goes.
Dude, that fight is going to bring a big crowd and a lot of big celebrities are going to be out there to see that one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you also have, who else is on that card? Uriah Hall versus Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell, great running back from his time in the NFL with the Steelers. And then he went to like the Jets and sucked there. And then he didn't suck there, but the Jets suck. And then he went to the Chiefs and he finished out his career with the Chiefs, I believe, but he was more of a backup guy at that point. Le'Veon Bell fighting the recently retired UFC fighter Uriah Hall, owner of the greatest knockout in Ultimate Fighter history, by the
Oh my
way.
God. Fantastic knockout. So crazy.
Yeah.
Damn Adam Sella. Sorry, buddy.
Adam Sella, man. I'll never forget that. We
Yeah.
watched it overseas. We
Yes, we
watched
did.
we were deployed
I
and
got that shit on BitTorrent.
holy shit. I'm telling you that I thought we witnessed a homicide. When he was doing the
Yeah.
oh, dude, shit is crazy. Tony Chapel, yes, we'll be in Orlando. We'll be down
Yes,
there
we
next
will
week.
be there.
Cannot wait. Great card next week. We can maybe get an explanation for this main event in that card. The main event, which sees a guy who holds a belt in a division fighting in that division, and we are not sure if that belt is actually on the line or not, which is strange, very strange.
Yeah.
But whatever, man, it is what it is.
It's a
I mean,
great card.
you got Bobby Taylor and Gabriel Fryer on there. You got Jared Warren and our boy Jay Jackson. There's more on there. I don't have the card in front of me right now.
So
you got
Jackson
Ryan Reber.
Taylor,
You got Ryan Reber and Shady Grady.
Borga making her debut.
Jessica Borga.
J.R. Ridge versus Wilson.
Chansey Wilson, who will be on the show next Wednesday. Oh, so with that said, let's just go ahead and say next Wednesday, 9 p.m. You guys really got to tune in because, like we said, do we have the graphic, Mike, to pull up here? Next Wednesday at 9 p.m., the one that Misfit wants right there, Rowdy Beck Rodriguez, Beck Rollins, formerly known as Beck, has made it clear online that she wants the fight as well. So I can't wait to talk to her next Wednesday. Misfit seems to really want it. Beck wants it. I guess it's all about dollars and cents at this point, right?
That's it. I mean, that's all it's ever about. I feel like. Like the fights do make it. You have to have a good fight, but the dollars are going to be above all. A good fight with the money first.
Yeah, man. That's a fight that every bare knuckle fan wants to see. It's the original champ. She wasn't the BKFC champ, but she was the Police Gazette champion. But she was the first one to hold a strap in the BKFC.
Right.
Yeah. Beck Rollins, and now Christine Faria holds the BKFC belt. So it would be an amazing fight. Yeah, and the animal Travis Thompson is back.
Yes.
Who is his opponent? I cannot remember.
Diaz.
Oh, David Diaz.
Yes.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Man, this card is awesome.
Yeah, and Jared Allen's fighting too.
Not Jared Allen. Fucking
Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen.
Allen.
Jared Allen was a defensive end for the Vikings back in the day. I have an autograph of him. Do you guys want to hear my Jared Allen story? This is funny. This is actually funny. It has nothing to do with fighting, but Mike and I are in the Army, so we're overseas, and they do these USO tours, and a lot of people come through. We got to meet the cast of Spartacus last deployment, and 2008, 2009, the NFL sends like a group of guys over, and it's Larry Fitzgerald, who was in the prime. He was going to the Super Bowl he went to the Super Bowl that year when the Cardinals played the Steelers. So Larry Fitzgerald was there, Jared Allen was there, and a couple other guys that I can't remember. So I got this really nice football, and I go through the line to get autographs. And when I get to the table, it's like Jared Allen, some guy, Larry Fitzgerald. And when I get to the table, I got the football like tucked, and they got pictures on the table in front of all the football players that they could sign and then hand to the soldiers. He reaches across the table to grab my football. Jared Allen does. And I do this right here. I went like that. Turned. And I was like, no. And I slid the picture to him. And I was like, you could just sign that for me. And he looked at me like I was the biggest fucking asshole in the world because I didn't want him to sign my football because I was saving it for Larry Fitzgerald, the guaranteed Hall of Famer at the end of the table. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, you could sign that picture right there and I'll keep my ball. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, dude.
It was funny as hell, man. The look that Jared Allen gave me from across the table, I'm pretty sure he was just like, this motherfucker right here, dude. Fuck you. Little punk.
That son of a bitch, Kyle Mish. I hate that guy.
You want to know another one? Louis C.K. came out there with Leanne Tweeden. I don't know if you guys remember Leanne Tweeden, but Google her. She was like a super hot chick back in the day. And Louis C.K. comes out there. And we go down to where they're going to do all the autograph signings. And there's literally 300 soldiers in line to get pictures with Leanne Tweeden. And nobody in the line for fucking Louis C.K. So me and my wife, Amy, she was deployed with me. We weren't married at the time, though. We went up to the table and he was like, "You guys want to see me? I'm just honored that you guys actually want to see me." He goes, Leanne Tweeden's right over there. We're like, fuck Leanne Tweeden, dude. You're the greatest comic on the planet.
Yeah.
And you're here, dude. And you're from Boston and we're from New England. It was the fucking coolest thing ever. It was very cool. Shout out to the USO for doing those kind of shows for us, because that's cool.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, man.
You know, one time my aunt's ex-husband now, but at the time he paid me and my cousin to wait in line at the Rhode Island Mall, which was ridiculous. So to meet Tesla. Now, at the time, I'm like, I don't even really know who Tesla is. Okay. I didn't even know who they were. So we're waiting and it's like an empty store. There's nothing in it. You know, we're standing in line with a bunch of like older dudes, couple of chicks that like still living in the early 80s. And, you know, then they start playing. They're like, they're going to be in like 10 minutes. Everyone's like, woo, yeah.
A lot of jean jackets, a lot of acid wash jeans.
You know, they're all going crazy and shit. And like me and my cousin Robert just standing there like this. Like we couldn't be any less happier to be there, right? So the song comes on, signs everywhere, the signs, and I'm like, okay, I know that song, but I don't like it. Like I don't care about it, right? So we go up and so we're waiting, right? So we go up and they come out, they're like, all right, everybody, here comes Tesla. And they come out and they're like, the dude's like spinning his drumstick on his finger and like they're coming out and they're like, yeah, and everyone's screaming, fucking high-fiving. And I was like, all right, cool. And we're like only like 6 people deep in the line. Like we've been there waiting. Like we almost look like we're the biggest fans ever, but not really because we got paid to be there. So we have a CD. We have this CD. And I remember thinking, like, I thought the lead singer was a girl from the video. There's someone with long hair. But when they came out, I was like, oh, that's a dude. Like, I thought that was a chick on TV. Maybe not the lead singer, but whoever.
Did you feel like a little certain type of way?
I felt weird. Like, it was just weird because I thought on the TV it was a chick, but it was really a dude.
Oh, she's all right.
So yeah, not too bad, buddy. And so we walk up and the person in front of us is losing their mind, right? And they're like, well, can I take a picture, please? And they're like, yeah, come back here. And they're like putting their arms around him and fucking, and they're taking pictures and shit. And then we walk up and I just like slap down the CD and just look at them. And they're like, he goes, hey, what's up, man? You want me to sign the cover? You want me to take it out? You might sign my picture inside? And I was like, I don't care. You sign wherever you want, man. And he just like looked at me like dumbfounded, like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? So he looks at my cousin. He's like, you want me to sign this? And he's like, hey, wherever, whatever. Sign the front, sign the back, man. We're just trying to get out of here. Really, we've been here for over an hour and this is ridiculous, right? Like we had to get out. So the dude's like, okay. And he just kind of signs it and slides it down the table to the other guys. And the last guy's like, all right, guys, come back here and take a picture. And I was like, no, thanks. We're all set. I swear to God, they all like kind of stopped in their tracks and just looked at us like, what the fuck do these guys just wait in a line? They're like the 5th in line here. So
would you get paid?
I think like $20 a piece.
$20. What'd you go buy with that $20, Mike?
Let's see.
Let's not.
Definitely some items off the dollar menu later on.
That is some funny shit, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Fuck Tesla.
Yeah, hey, Travis Thompson's in the chat right now. Travis Thompson, David Diaz could be the fight of the night next week. I fucking forgot that fight was even on the card. It's unbelievable. This card is
Travis is coming on next Wednesday night, right?
Is he? Chancey Wilson is, and so is Mike. Yeah. Hey, Travis, you want to come on next Wednesday night? I mean, it's going to be fight week for you, but next week we have Beck Rollins at 9, followed by Chancey Wilson at 9:20, followed by Mike Richmond at 9:40, followed by John Nutt of Fight Circus at 10 o'clock. I mean, we're not doing a show next Thursday, so why don't we have the animal come on and wrap up the fucking night?
Yeah. And if not, we're gonna find you in Orlando, and we're gonna do an interview with you.
We will find you.
We will find you. We will hunt you down, and we'll get an interview. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
very
if we were
much.
staying an extra day, we would golf with you the day after your
Yep.
fight.
We're always gonna promise a golf game, and we're never really ever gonna play a golf game with you.
I would love to play a golf
I
game
would too.
with the animal for sure.
I absolutely would love it.
But hey, guys, this has been a great show. If you can, if you haven't gotten the app, you can do us a favor. You can help out the show by using the referral code at the bottom of the screen, because the fight cards just keep getting better. The fights keep getting better. The roster keeps getting better. And it's the cheapest, best bang for your buck deal in sports all around, not just combat sports. Best deal in sports for sure. There's so much you can fucking do on that app for $4.99 a month. And get your asses over to guerrillawarfare.com. Use promo code Mike and Mish and buy some of their gear. You can get some of that Misfit Nation champion
10% off.
champion behavior. You can buy all the Misfit stuff you want and use our promo code. Misfit also has a promo code. Yeah,
Yes.
I like to fuck around. But anyways, man.
No, you know
else
what
you
they
got,
can
Mike?
do? Make sure you like this post, please. Like the post, share the post. If you're not subscribed, subscribe across the board. YouTube, Instagram, Facebooks, all that good stuff, right? You got to do it all. But here's another favor I'm going to request of you. Invite your friends to our pages. It helps us out, grows our page so that the page gets more views, gets the eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing going. Let's get bare knuckle to the damn moon and beyond.
Keep it growing, man. And with that said, I think we will see you all next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Don't be late. It's going to be a big one. Got anything else, Mike?
Peace.